what are some of the concrete responses, and I'll open it up to anybody on the panel, that you think can be done near to medium term to respond to this decision to make sure that marriage culture is restored, law is restored, religious liberty is restored?
Well, I'll give one that I think is both medium-term and short-term, medium-term, and long-term, and that is a commitment to nominating and confirming judges who have a principled view of the Constitution and of the law and have demonstrated willingness to stand up for that view when it's challenging and when they're under fire. Because this is something that while obviously this is good, rebuilding the culture is a long-term, multi-generational thing, the next president will likely have 1, 2, maybe 3 Supreme Court nominations. And we saw that last week's decision is a 5-4 decision, a very close decision. This is not the only, and this is not the final decision in this series. We saw a series of decisions leading to this. There was the Lawrence versus Texas decision in 2003. There was the Wios versus Windsor decision. This won't be the last one in that series. I think it's important to have judges in the court that are going to be faithfully interpreting the Constitution, and therefore to make sure that there's a president in place and senators in place who recognize the overarching importance of this issue, because that's whoever is next in the Supreme Court will be there for decades, will have generational impact, has a life term, and we need to make sure our politicians realize this is stakes worth plopping down some political capital on, because all of the other issues they're doing. You look at DOMA, for example, that was overturned. You could have a great Congress and signed by a president, even signed by a bipartisan coalition and signed by a Democratic president, and then later have it undone by a Supreme Court. So whatever you do in all these other fields, the courts ultimately, unfortunately, are going to have the final word on in many ways. It's not the final word, but we'll have the final legal word, at least, in our system.